Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting evening of Sunday racing. An ultimate Battle of the Beast. This is round 2 of the Battle of the Beast. We've got 12 Indian drivers against 3 very special guests, who are the GT Sport Super Sport pros. Today, we are in Mount Panorama, in New South Wales, in Bathurst, in the outback of Australia. This is such a great track because we've seen so many superb races here within the V8 supercars, and now we ultimately brings to you the GR2s from Gran Turismo. I'm joined by Sohail. Sohail, welcome on board. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all good today. How are you?
Good, man. This is a really exciting track that we've got going on. We're just in practice at the moment, but this is such an exciting track because it's in the middle of the mountains and you're actually driving through the mountains, going up, going down, and very fast straights, very long fast straights, very tight corners, and a super tight track. What's your views on this track, sir?
It's very similar to yesterday, but unlike yesterday, it's a technical track as well. The hill section, the uphill and downhill, very tight, and there's no chance for you guys to make a mistake there. If you make a mistake, you're just gonna either end up 10 places down and take the others behind you with you, or you're gonna make it through clean. You just have to make sure that you get through clean, and just very interesting.
That's exactly like Sohail said. This track is narrow. It bites back. It's very hard, and if one guy goes on, he's going to cause a roadblock because some of these sections is very narrow as we're racing through the mountains. But just to take you through this, today we are racing in Mount Panorama. This is round 2 of the championship, where we were in Sardinia Road with the GR3 cars yesterday. We are with the GR2 cars today, and today is going to be a cracker because we've got 2 late races lined up for you. We're right now in qualifying for race 1. It's going to be a 7-lap race, and then we have race 2, which will be a full reverse rig, the 9-lap race, followed by race number 1. We're going to have a rolling start, tires and fuel. If you've been following us, we'll be competing at 7 times the normal, which means these guys will be pitting. Of course, yesterday we saw a couple of pit stops change the dynamics of the entire field, up and down the entire field, because we had Aditya Raghav yesterday take it to our special guests. And just to introduce them very quickly, we've got Angel Inostraza, the Chilean, Assosito Cajal, the Argentinian, and Patrick the Machine Blazin, who's currently leading the championship and still blowing the competition away every single time he comes to visit us. On the Indian side, we've got Aditya Bakshi, Aditya Patnaik, Aditya Raghav, who seems to be holding these guys off rather well and be taking the fight to them, keeping pace with them like we saw yesterday. Dylan Zachariah, Kunal Vinod, Nikesha, Pradyumna Prakash, Pratik Benya, Ravi Kiran Visa, Shameen Fahad, Tariq Rahman, and Zohair. We're still waiting for some of these guys to open their accounts and get some points because, like we said, this is a 3-round championship. We were done with Sardinia yesterday. We're in Mount Panorama today. And Sohail, coming the championship standings, it's super close, and I'm really impressed by the way the Indian boys are taking it to these GT pros, because when you look at it right now, we have Patrick with 20 points, Aspesito with 11 points, Aditya in 3rd place with 11 points, Angel with 8 points, Ravi Kiran with 8 points, Pratik with 8 points, Shamim with 6 points, and Pradyumna Prakash in 8th place with 2 points. It's super close with about 4 races to go. Sohail.
Yeah, definitely. It is very close, and while I was looking at the points table today, I was actually surprised that Aditya was even up there, considering that he had to pit in the first race. But then I think he had a really good second race compared to the others, and he managed to keep himself up there. And that's what I was mentioning yesterday as well. Consistency is going to be very important in the championship, which definitely Pratik has shown us the goods of it.
Yeah, because Patrick has been super quick over the last couple of weekends. Every single time he's raced with us, and he told us before that people like Angel Inostraza, Aspesito Cajal are really quick drivers. But it was great watching this battle being taken to Patrick by these guys, and of course Aditya Raghav, because the 4 of them gave us some super exciting racing up in front. Of course, behind them, people like Ravi Kiran, who made that early pit stop yesterday at Sardinia Road in race number 2, came out in front and actually came out in 3rd place, second place, which got himself a huge haul of points. So everything right now is left to play for. And Sohail, going into this round, This track, like we've been talking about earlier, I'm just going to take you guys very quickly through it because it is such an iconic circuit. It's one of Australia's oldest tracks, and like I mentioned earlier, we're going up and down through the entire mountain, and we're going to follow Lee Keshav around for this particular lap. We're right now going down the South Finish Straight. This is called Mountain Straight. You just come through Hell's Corner, coming down the South Finish Straight. Mountain Straight. It's very, very fast. A 1.1 kilometer circuit, hard left into Hell's Corner at this point in time, and then he goes down into Griffin's Bend, the cutting, the Quarry Corner, Reed Park, and all this while these guys are flying up that mountain. So while they're flying up this mountain, the track starts to narrow and the camber changes. So some of these corners are used as actual apexes where you can straight line some of these corners and go really, really quick if you get these lines right. And then going up the mountain through Sulman Park, skyline, we started to come down the mountain. Now this is where it gets really tricky with this track because the S's, so it's such an anti-camber little S's. You keep going left, right. It resembles Suzuka a lot, and then you get to this little corner, turn number 15, the Dipper, which is that hard left where the car pretty much drops 30 meters in elevation, and it's great to watch these cars go through there until they get through Forest Elbow down the long Conrod Straight, which is about 2 kilometers. Cars reaching about up to about 300 kilometers an hour here into the chase corner. And the only reason this corner was put in there was to slow these cars down before they get to the Murray Corner and back down the main straight again. It's going to be a cracker, Sohail, because this is a long track, narrow track, superb tight corners, and if you can get your overtaking done right, you've got lots and lots of overtaking opportunities around here.
Yeah, there's definitely the first corner, which can be a really good overtaking opportunity. After that, you have turn 2, which is coming after another long straight, which is again a very good overtaking opportunity, as you can see on the map in front of you. And like you said, the straight after Forest Elbow, I think the king that you mentioned that they put to slow the cars on has no use because there's a big downhill section right after that. So I think it kind of kills the fun of it.
Yeah, because either which way, it's still going to be flat out through there. Like we said, we're going to be breaking 50 kilometers now down to about 70 kilometers before we get the chicane. It's going to make some great overtaking down there. Because the slipstream, like we saw Sohail yesterday, is very, very powerful with these cars.
Yeah, 100%. The amount of slipstream that these guys got yesterday was quite a lot. And with the long straights over here, like we mentioned earlier, they're just going to be that much more bigger in a way.
Yep, and that's exactly, it's going to be so much more powerful here because we do have two really, really long straights, a 1.1 kilometer start finish straight, the 1.1 kilometer mountain straight and the 1.9 kilometer Conrad straight. So we're going to make sure we're going to see some great overtaking. Of course, knowing these guys and the way they've been racing, you can overtake with the S's. So we might see some cheeky moves out there. But of course, like Sohail mentioned earlier, if you do get it wrong in the S's and spin that car around, you're going to have the entire pack backed up behind you. There is absolutely no room for anyone to make any mistakes at that point in time. But Sohail, coming back to championship standings very quickly, because we do have Patrick right now with 20 points on top, but behind him with 11 there's about 3 points separating 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 at this point in time, and with 2 races today, it could be anyone's game like we saw yesterday.
Yeah, 100%. And if again Patrick, like we said earlier, is in a good lead right now, and if he manages to mess up in the turn 2 or race 2, because that's a reverse grid, so even if he finishes first in race 1, he'll be starting last, which means that keeps him vulnerable to any crashes that happen in front of him, especially in this area that you're just watching right now. And if that happens, then the other drivers who may not be able to get past that event or incident might just be getting their chances to catch back up.
We're on board right now with Angel and Raza taking us through this S's right now. As we talked about, we can see how much he's pushing him. It's just practice at this point in time. Coming down the S's, he's trying to use every single bit of that track and get that exit absolutely bang on. Because if they don't get that exit, they're going to lose so much speed coming out of Forest Elbow and down the Conrad Straight. Because that's going to lose you a lot of time not getting those S's in that corner, right?
Yeah, there's loads of times over there. I think drivers lose quite a lot of time, mainly on those straights, because you just know how long they are. In fact, I've known other sim racers who kind of focus more on the S's because they kind of nullify the fact that they're losing out time there. Well, they actually are losing more time on the other place.
Yeah, absolutely, just like you said. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We have just started qualifying at this point in time. We have 9.5 minutes to go. It's 10 3-minute qualifying session for race number 1. The grid will start according to their qualifying times, and then it's followed by race number 2 on the exact same circuit, the exact same layout. It seems to be a lot of traffic coming up this first coming up the first minute. Every single one seems to have gotten out, and they already seem to be racing, because we see Kunal right now up ahead in qualifying. But see, all these guys right now are on their out laps. They will pace themselves, they will separate themselves out by the time they go on their flyers. But this is a long lap, Kunal. It's about 2 minutes long. So even within these 10 minutes, these guys, if they stay as is, they can probably do about 4 laps. The tires will go off. So they want to pick and come back out again. We're looking at them doing 2 runs and splitting their strategy in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I believe race 1 is again 7 laps like yesterday, and if these guys can work out the full 7 laps like we did, like some of them did yesterday, then again that's gonna play a big role in their strategies. And hopefully for drivers like the Ancient Club, who did have to pit just 1 lap before the last lap, managed to make it through the 7 laps, and some of the Indians can maybe show these guys how it's done.
Well, I mean, they showed us how it was done yesterday, but of course, what I've been hearing from, it's been great to see the camaraderie between these guys, because out there, Raghav has been talking to Hankel, as Patrick, getting some tips on how to save that, how to keep 7 laps like these guys did, and didn't have to pick the last time out, because it did cost him podium for sure, but he came out in 4th place and had a brilliant drive in a battle between Aditya and Angle yesterday. So let's see if Aditya has learned anything from our special guests this evening at UltimateE's Battle of the Beast. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we are at Mount Panorama, round 2 of UltimateE's Battle of the Beast. This has 15 drivers taking part today. And it's going to be a cracker to watch, because we have 2 races lined up, 7 laps and 9 laps, and we're right now 7.5 minutes into qualifying. 3 minutes into qualifying with 7.5 minutes left to go. All these guys right now just setting their out laps. They've set their out laps. They're on their first flyers. So take us through this with riding a ball. Ravikiran, he finished a brilliant 2nd place yesterday in the 2nd race.
Yeah, he did a very good race yesterday. I think he did a good job trying to defend as well, but of course he did not have the pace advantage compared to Patrick, so it was a bit harder for him to do that. But right now we are on board with Kunal. We're not okay, back to Ravikiran anyway. I think we're gonna be, if we could go on board with one of them, that would be perfect, as we could then see exactly what they're doing. Oh, there it is. But now, as they head down the hill, this is the part that is the most important for these drivers to get right, because you can see they're very close to the walls, and it's very important to stay as close to the walls as possible, because then you're maximizing the usage of the track that is available to you, and which allows you to reduce your angle and turn in and carry maximum speed into the corner. So that's just exactly what everybody has to do right now. And like I said, this is the longest straight on the track, the best overtaking opportunity. You can see some drivers using the slipstream in qualifying, which is actually going to gain them loads of time. And now again, hard braking into the 2nd last corner, very very high curve over there, very very easy to lose the car on the exit. And coming to the last corner, it's again a tricky corner. It's actually a very decisive corner. When you enter it, you feel you can carry a lot more speed, but then you just find out that you can't, because the track narrows down again. And that's basically the second half of the track from the start of the SS. And first corner, again a very very tricky corner, because it starts off with loads of camber, and then the camber goes off on the exit. So it's very important to use the curb on the exit, because the curb is again high rise, so that kind of bring the car back into the correct position, like a little bit of camber. But that can also put you off if you take it wrong. And then the next long straight, another right-hander after that. It's pretty straightforward right-hander, not that hard, but then the next 2 left-handers are pretty hard, as the first left-hander can be taken pretty much flat, and then you have to brake while turning, and that's what gets most of the drivers, and they could end up on the spinning if they don't get that right.
Like we saw, I mean, it looked like Angle was hustling Kunal around that little bit, and we got around on the outside. That was a great move. Meanwhile, qualifying, we see some racing laps too. But ladies and gentlemen, there we are, 5 minutes because the great laps. You see how great the circuit is, the undulations, how undulating the entire circuit is. You're going up, down, it's very, very narrow, fast corners. You've got the walls right next to you, and it is like driving. You probably will be driving like you have done this through these sections, because it's so tight. But that being said, with about 4 minutes remaining, 5 minutes remaining in qualifying, Angle, Straza right now, ladies and gentlemen, Achillian is up on top. followed by Asposito Cajal from Argentina in second place, Williams Suarez, which is Patrick the Machine Blajan from Hungary in third place, Pratibha Prakash in fourth, Ravi Kiran in fifth, Shami 94 in sixth, Pratik in seventh, and Kunal in eighth. That rounds off our top eight at this point in time. But we know the kind of speed these guys have, and as we just said it, Patrick was setting purple sectors as he was going through there. So he is definitely on a flyer at this point in time because he is going to come back hard. These guys, we know the kind of pace he's got. We know the kind of pace he's got, Kunal. So we're not waiting for that. As for Asposito and Kunal getting involved in it again in qualifying, so there's been a little bit of hustle-tussle going on through this pack because everyone seems to be fighting for space on this track, Soil.
Yeah, I mean, on a track this tight, I don't think you'll be fighting that hard, especially in qualifying. I mean, it's going to be important to get the slip if you can because of the long straights. But then if you end up in a battle at the end of it, then you lose out almost all the time that you gain. It's absolutely useless.
Yeah, exactly, like you said, because you are going to be following someone around, and I think we got there we go. He's still trying to put in the laps here. He's still gonna. Yep, I think he's still trying to put in the laps here because he's still about 8/10 right now off Angel Inostraza. Here we go, Patrick. So he's got a little bit of speed to find for sure because it's about 3 minutes left for qualifying. So he's probably got 1.5 laps left. He probably can do one more lap by the end of this. That being said, this is the top has changed right now on top. So we've got Angel Inostraza in first place with about 3 minutes of qualifying left to go. Patrick the Machine Blajan in second. Adrian Asposito Cajal in third place. So these three guys, they've been setting the pace the last couple of days, and we've seen people like Arthur Raga trying to bring the fight in. So wondering where he is and what he can do with about 250 to go right now. So Arthur Raga doesn't seem to be anywhere in the top 8. So he's sandbagging a little bit, trying to figure out where he is because he was super quick yesterday.
Yeah, he hasn't set a lap time yet, as you just saw. So I'm hoping, and I think he is on a lap right now. So I'm hoping that he can bring up some strong laps to challenge these guys. I think they've been setting the lap times fastest that we've seen so far, even through the practice session. So that'll be interesting to see.
Because we saw yesterday with Ravi Kiran, it was a super strategy that he used against these guys because he knew he set pit early, did a splash and dash, and then take that car over the line, and it managed to bring him up a couple of places because that pit stop changed everything for Ravi yesterday. And here we see he's in 6th place right now, qualifying with about 2 minutes to go. We're still riding on board with Patrick Blajan. He seems to be coming around just to finish his last qualifying lap. Should ideally get in another lap quite comfortable. He's just diving into the pits. He is diving into the pits. It looks like he's going to get a spin, splash and dash, see if he can get out again, and look, he might have run out of fuel for another fast lap, which means if it stands as is, in fact, we can't catch him. Angel Inostraza will be on top with Patrick the Machine in second place and Asposito Cajal in third. And Shami 94 out of nowhere looks like he's put it a flyer because he's come up in 4th place of 5th place right now. Pratibha Prakash in 6th. I think else Arthur Raga put in a lap because I have a feeling he's being pushed up into 4th place at this moment, Soil.
Yeah, he is in 4th place. Yeah.
He has, yeah. 1.1 second off these guys. So there's a little bit of time for him to find. He's got another lap left in him for sure. He's got enough fuel, he's got enough tires at this point in time. But yeah, he's got about a second to find. But between the other guys, I mean, he's got about half a second to find, which is some really good showing by Arthur Raga. So this is a brilliant time that he's been setting.
Yeah, I believe he's been practicing all day and night just to catch up to these guys. And as you said, he's been in contact with these drivers, trying to figure out some tips and tricks as to how to get quicker in this game. With just minor things, they can get that much more quicker. And we've seen drivers use the grass on the entry at times and on the exit. Just a bit too much for the exit.
He's got it on the grass. He's on the grass. He got it all messed up. That's exactly what you're seeing because you saw him get it off the grass and then he completely messes up the S's after that. I think he's backed out of it completely at this point in time with 25 seconds to go in qualifying. So this has been a super one to watch because we've seen how hard Arthur Raga is pushing. We know he wants to get up there in the top 3 and mix it up with these guys, but with race pace, he's definitely got some from everything we saw in practice with him. He's got a lot. Because like I said, the slipstream helps massively because you do have a 1.1 kilometer mountain straight and the 1.9 kilometer Conrad straight at the back. So I think by the end of this all, it doesn't really matter trying to set a qualifying right now because it comes down that corner 1, it comes down to that straight, comes down to Griffin's Bend in turn number 2 because that's where we're going to see a lot of mess happening because it's a rather long straight.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly why they'll gain a lot of time in the race as well. That definitely helped them keep up quite a lot, and I think we saw a glimpse of that yesterday as well. As he did start falling back a bit, but he did manage to keep his pace consistent and keep up with the guys as much as he could. And once those guys got into a battle, he seized his opportunity and got into P3.
It's exactly like you called it. I mean, that's exactly what he did yesterday. Got up to P3. But we got, I think most of these guys seem to have finished up their laps. You see a couple of these guys on their last flyers, including Angel Inastraza, because he set the pace so far. At the Raga, we see it pulled up alongside. I think he's going to take one longer. But it is crazy because we have a new man setting the pace on pole at this point in time. He's going even quicker. He's just at another purple sector as we came around that last sector. Came around sector 2, now going into sector 3. This is brilliant because we haven't seen anyone take the fight to Patrick this hard. And Angel Inastraza at this point in time now on pole position. 2 tenths ahead of Patrick the Machine Blajan. Can he make it? Can he go even quicker coming across the line? This is a sub 150.
Oh my god!
What a lap for him! A whole second ahead of Patrick the Machine Blajan. What a stunning lap that last one. It was great right on board into that last sector. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was an exciting qualifying where race 1 at Mount Panorama for UltimateE's Battle of the Beast. Angel Inastraza has just set the pace with an absolute scorcher of a lap. 1 second clear of Patrick the Machine Blajan, followed by Asposito Kahal in third place. Aditya Raghav in fourth. I don't think he had anything at that point in time to get to that 148 left in the tank to get to 148, but don't cut him out at race pace. We have Ravi Kiran in 5th place, Shami 94, Shabib in 6th place, Pratama Prakash seems to have dropped down the order a bit in 7th place, and Aditya Bakshi was far anywhere in 8th place at the moment. Sohail, what an exciting grid we've got at that last lap by Angle.
That last lap was just phenomenal. I think it was one of the most perfect laps that these guys have come out with this week, and I'm just really excited to see how Angle is gonna use that upper hand that he has on Patrick for the race, because we did see Patrick make sure he didn't make any mistakes yesterday and use all that advantage that he had in terms of pace to just make sure that he was on track and kept pulling away.
We are almost ready now to go racing, so because we have the grid lined up. It's going to be a rolling start, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully we don't see too much carnage coming in the first corner. But we will have Angel Inastraza leading this back away, coming down in the turn 1. We're a couple of seconds away from racing. This is round 1. We're in Mount Panorama for UltimateE's Battle of the Beast. This is race 1 and round 2. And there we go. Angel Inastraza is going to lead them across the start for straight and start this race with a rolling start, followed by Patrick the Machine Blajan, Asposito Kahal in 3, 2, 1. The green lights are go, and there we go. Angel Inastraza gets a cracking of a start, followed very closely by Patrick the Machine Blajan, Asposito Kahal in third place. This is brilliant to watch because these 3 guys, there's a little bit of space in between them, and if Angel Inastraza, anything like we saw in this qualifying, he's going to keep Patrick behind it because he's got the pace on this track at big third, and they're already dropping Asposito Kahal behind with Ravi Kiran, Shamim, Pratama Prakash made up a couple of races. He's made up a few places, could not below the 8th place. So I think Aditya Raghav seems to have made a mistake in the back because he was started up in 4th place, and I think he's dropped all the way down the field. Yeah, I think there's been some contact between the two, but Angel Inastraza at this point in time leading them up the mountain to fall very quickly back down, and that long straight is going to come into play because Patrick the Machine is not letting go at this point in time. Half a second between them with Asposito in 3rd place, Ravi Kiran now in 4th place. So Ravi Kiran found another little loophole to bring himself up in the 4th place again. He might be into a bout of contention depending on when these guys fit, how they fit. But Sohail, what a brilliant opener, because at this point in time, Angle holding Patrick the Machine at bay at this moment.
Yeah, I was just hoping that nobody crashes on the first lap in the SS, which so far nobody has. And yeah, it's unfortunate for the Ancient Club to have fallen down. I think if I remember correctly, then just when the rolling start started, I did see a glimpse of him stuck on the track. So that might explain a little bit as to why he's not there. But because everybody else seems to be there, right? So I don't think he might have gone into a big incident. So that could be the reason why he's fallen back. And right now we just see how the top 4, the top 3 have already pulled away from these guys. They're already around 5 seconds ahead.
That's a massive gap up ahead because the top 3 now in a class of their own, top 2 rather in a class of their own. We see Patrick Ranta hustling Angel Inastraza down that soft in the straight. Is he going to make that move down the inside? Because he's got the time, he tucks it back in. saving that slipstream down the bottom straight, because you know how powerful that slipstream is. He's riding in the slipstream right now. Vanguard, Strasa, seeing him come all the way up the hill right now. He's going to start climbing the hill. He's going to start climbing the hill, going into turn number 2, which is Griffin's Bend. On the inside, is he going to get him into Griffin's Bend? He has got him into Griffin's Bend. It's a great move by Patrick. But there we go. I think Angle Strasa is coming right back at him. He's not going to let him go at all. Coming into turn number 3 and 4, which is the cutting into quarry corner. This is a great battle because this track is going to start to narrow out. And as we go uphill, we're right now on the top of the hill. We're going to start swooping. We're going to be at the top of the hill and then start swooping all the way back down. And now we can see Patrick now has got a little bit of a lead. He got half a second already pulled out. So Angle, while he's pulling that stock of the lap, he scraped the wall. I think he's going to lose him some more time because he's still half a second behind, but 2 seconds behind him. It's Assosiation Kahal in 3rd place. Ravi Kiran now in 4th place. 6 seconds between Ravi Kiran and Prathima Prakash. And behind Prathima Prakash, there seems to be a train forming right now, Sohail, with 5th, 6th, 7th, with Prathima, Shami, Pratik and Kunal.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna see maximum action between the top 2 or this batch, or this bunch. As you see, Ancient Pleb is now there, so that's Aditya Raghav, I believe, and he's really close to Kunal Vinod. We know he has to pace over him, at least in theory, and you can just see how much more track is the Ancient Pleb using compared to Kunal Vinod, and that's probably explaining why the pace is different. But now as they head on to the back straight, I think that's gonna be the best opportunity that Ancient Pleb has. Kunal Vinod make a mistake.
A little bit wide. He's made a mistake, gone a little bit wide.
Make him vulnerable
now. Yeah, he's going to give Arthur Raghav, the Ancient Pleb, a good little run up Conrad straight. So this is going to be brilliant work because there we go. He swoops right around him. That's how much speed he lost, making that mistake coming out of Forrest's elbow. Down Conrad straight. Now they're into the chicane. Coming down there very hard. Patrick also, we're on board with Patrick right now, followed very closely now with Angle Strasa. I think it's about 1.5 seconds between them, so not that close. With Assosiation Kahal in 3rd place, so 3 seconds behind them is Assosiation Kahal. So right now, I mean, there is going to be a pit stop, and it's probably close right now, the top 3, with a pit stop coming up, Soul.
Yeah, I mean, we did see the top 3 run the full 7 laps yesterday, so they might as well run it. But then again, yesterday's the track was a lot shorter than today's race, so they might even have to do the pit stop this time. So you still can't call it because we don't know as much as to how good or how bad their tires were and how low was their fuel yesterday. And it'll all come down to how well they managed to keep it if they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly like you called it, so because these guys did go the entire race distance without pitting yesterday in race number 1. We have the 7-lap race, but like Sohail said, this track is 2.5 kilometers longer than the track we raced on yesterday. So I'm wondering if they're going to have enough fuel to come through. But we see a very rare mistake by Patrick the Machine. He just used every single inch of that track, hugging every little corner. It's brilliant because he is on the white line now, coming out of Forrest's elbow down the Conrad straight, and Angle, Strasa now trying to throw everything at him with Assosiation in 2nd, Ravi Kiran in 3rd, Prathima Prakash now seems to have dropped Shami by about 2 seconds in 6th and 7th place. So there's been some great battles up ahead, and Aditya Raghav was made up a couple. He was down in 9th place, now overtaken Aditya Bakshi and Kunal Vinod to make it up in 7th place. We know he's got the pace. He set some super hard stonker laps in qualifying as well, but he can be up in that 4th place at this point in time. But as we see, we've got the graphics below us as well, so these guys do have enough fuel. But we see Patrick the Machine seems to be coming in for an early pit stop. Sohail.
Yeah, he's already used up 50% of his fuel, as you can see on the leaderboard on your left, and he is definitely going for the fuel. So we know that about half the tank would run 3 laps, and he on a full tank he can now finish the race because we do have only 5 laps remaining, including this one. So that's going to make things very interesting. A 4 lap.
Because he's now come out. He has come out in 2nd place again, so he's going to be. We've now got Angle Strasa in the lead. Patrick the Machine Blajan in 2nd place with Assosiation Kahal in 3rd. And Patrick, ladies and gentlemen, is already fitted, and with 1 second between him and Angle, when Angle does fit, or if he has to fit during this race, that will give Patrick the win. But I think Patrick is going to take this on track to him because you know how quick he is. We've seen him hustle him around before, and he's bringing that gap down very, very quickly through every single corner. He's taken out a couple of tenths on Angle Strasa at this point in time. But there we go. We've got Angle Angle, Patrick, Asposito, Ravi Kiran, Pradima Prakash, Shamim, Ancient Pleb, Aditya Raghav up in 7th place. Got some work to do to catch up the guys up in front. Kunal Vinal up in 8th place. But as it stands, if these guys can go to the end, so this is going to make for an exciting finish because we're going to see Angle trying to save fuel. But Patrick is going to go all out. And Patrick have a penalty.
Yeah, I think
Patrick's not riding on board. Yeah, he's got a 3-second penalty right now. So let's see if we can get rid of that in about 3 laps time. So this is getting really, really interesting because as race is constantly up, it's about 1 second between these guys. Patrick's got a 2.9 second penalty, so he does have to back off. He doesn't want that penalty, or he's got to overtake Angle and put a 3-second gap on him. So.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in his place, I would be really, really confused at this point in time. So I do know that he has to make a pit stop. The car in front will have to make a pit stop. That is Angle, I believe. And once he's in the pits, I'm gonna obviously gain some more time on him. So I'd rather go for the 3 seconds because right now the gap is 1 second. In the pits, he would probably take about 5 seconds, maybe 4. And sorry, that's good enough to give me. That's good enough to give me a 3-second gap. So I think I would go for the 3 seconds.
I don't know if Asposito knows that Patrick has this penalty up ahead because he's only 3.7 seconds behind, and if Asposito can make up some of that time right now, he could be within a shot of second place or first place, depending on how this battle unfolds. Because up in front right now, the battle is now less than a second between Angle and Nasrata and Asposito Kahal. Ravi Kiran in 4th place, Pradima Prakash in 5th place. Aditya Raghav seems to have made up another place. He's up in the 6th place, but 6 seconds behind. 6 seconds behind is Shamim 94, followed by 1 second by Kunal. He's got 1 second now between Aditya Raghav and Shamim. So Aditya Raghav and Prakash. Let's see if he can get up another couple of places because these guys, they seem to have enough fuel at this point in time. Angle and Nasrata with half a tank. They might just have to pit on that last lap of the steam coming down. How hard he's hustling because his tires right now. So this week he's going to struggle with the tires a bit. He's going to start feeling them go and slide a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a brilliant job saving the fuel as it is right now because compared to Asposito, actually, he's almost a quarter of a tank higher is the Angle compared to Asposito. But it's going to be very important now for obviously we know that Patrick does not have all this information on his screen, so we may see a last lap pit stop from Angle, and that might even help out on Patrick's penalty. But as of now, I don't think he'll have to pit. So it'll be interesting to see how this ends because he still has 2.5 seconds on him.
I'm trying to figure out why the game gave him this penalty because it's very hard to cut corners here. So with the walls next to you,
it could be the essence.
In the walls. Yeah, so now we've got about 2.4 seconds, but the gap right now, half a second between it. So Patrick knows he's got the pace. He's just wondering if he's going to hold back or just. And he's got about now another second on Asposito behind him in 3rd place. So his 2nd place at this point in time seems secure. Even they finished with the penalty on board. But we can see I don't know how he's doing it because he's managing to keep Angle Nasrata very honest, but at the same time also drop the time off his penalty because you see the penalty shaving a 10th of every single out of every single corner. So
yeah, I mean, the only logical reason would be, or at least the logical reason to me would be that he's keeping up with him in the slipstream, and he's losing out of the corners. So that's the only way it seems to me that he can even keep up with the pace that Angle is doing.
This is getting super exciting right now. We're on the penultimate lap. And we see people like Ravi Kiran, I think they've all pitted behind him because these guys have a quarter tank left compared to Asposito ahead, who's running on fuel at the moment. I wonder if he can get around on that tank of fuel because that might lose him a couple of places to Ravi Kiran and the Asian club Aditya Raghav behind him. But there we go. Between the two of them right now, the 7/10 for 2.3 seconds. 2.3 second penalty is what Patrick the Machine is carrying. But as the championship stands, I wonder if he's going to settle for that 2.3 second penalty and take those 8 points for second place. So that's still going to keep him in the lead of the championship. And of course, there is one more race to go, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have a full reverse grid in the second race, which means people like Angle, Asposito, Patrick, Aditya Ravi Kiran, Aditya Raghav, Shamim, Pradima, Kunal, they've all started to the back of the grid. And the guys that we haven't seen too much of, people like Dylan, Aditya Patak, Zoya, Keshav Lee and the likes will now be starting on pole. And this track, like you see, is not really easy. Okay, there we go. Asposito did not have enough fuel. But Ravi Kiran seems to be carrying another penalty now, 1.1 seconds. Wonder what the gap between him and Arthur. Arthur will sure want those points because he could right now overtake Association. He wouldn't overtake Association in the championship, but it's getting super close between these two. Still 2.2 second. Still 2.2. Oh, is he going to go down the inside? Now that's a really hard race to overtake. My God, Patrick, that is insane. He's got him on his tail right now, giving him super honest. Coming in the last sector right now, this coming in second sector, going up the hill. Now we're going to go down the hill to the S for the dipper. It's very, very hard to overtake him. I don't think Patrick's going to line him up here, coming out of Forrest's elbow, and see if we can take him down the street because Patrick does have the pace, has the fuel, and at the moment, I think, there we go. Angelus Raza seems to not run of fuel, running on fumes, and he will be running on lean power compared to Patrick, who will probably turn the power up for this last blast down the street. Ooh, Patrick made a mistake and hit the wall coming out of the straight. It's going to lose him a little bit of time, a little bit of momentum. But there we go. Angle and Sarasa trying to hold him off as much as he can. And Angle has driven such a brilliant race out in front at this point. He took pole position. He's going to take the win if he can hold off Patrick. But Patrick with that 2.2 second penalty. Boy, he's showing him his front wheel. He's going to come around the inside. It's very hard to overtake down to the chest corner. Now coming into Murray corner now. Patrick's got him. He's lined him up. I wonder if he's going to take him down the inside, coming down this corner. Whoa, he does not. So there we go, coming to the second last corner now, down this very, very short straight. It's so close between Angle and Estrada has taken the win, and Patrick finishes in second place. What an exciting finish for him. What an exciting finish. Top two, absolutely nothing in it. I think Asposito now across the line in third place. Ravi Kiran, a brilliant drive to come back up into fourth place, hold that fourth place. It looks like after a round of the ancient club is also carrying a little bit. Ravi Kiran got rid of his penalty by about 2/10, so he should be able to hold fourth place. There you go, comes across the line. Ancient club after Raghav in fourth place. Unfortunately, I think he's made a little bit of a mistake, got pushed off in the first corner, finishes in sixth place at the moment. Shamim, superb drive up to sixth place. Pratibha Prakash in the midfield once again in seventh place. Anyway, Arthur Bakshi right now in eighth place. Kunal below the ninth, and Pratik in 10th place. What a super finish, Sohail.
Yeah, it's just been such an amazing race that we witnessed. Obviously, without the penalty, it would have been a lot more interesting as to what Patrick might have put on the line, because considering he has a penalty, there's no point risking it and going to get a race victory, which is eventually going to be stolen from you. So it's just smart thinking from Patrick to make sure that he finishes the race rather than make a move that is probably not going to gain him anything. And that's a really good race that we witnessed.
Absolutely, because let's not take anything away from this man. And ultimately, back of the piece in Mount Panorama. Here is your winner, ladies and gentlemen. This is Angel Estraza, FT Loyron. He is your race winner for today. What a superb finish between him and Patrick the Machine Bludgeon. We're now going to move into race number 2. A reverse grid, ladies and gentlemen. So we have everyone starting from the back of the who finished in the back will now start in the front of the grid. So people that we didn't see earlier, like Zohair, Tariq, Dylan Zakaria, will now start on pole position, start in the front of the grid. And people like Angle, Asposito, Patrick, Pradyumna, Adya, Raga will all start from the back of the grid. It's going to be a cracker because this track, like we saw, not too much overtaking up and down the field. Very, very hard to overtake, especially if you get the exit out of Forest Elbow wrong.
Yeah, one thing I did notice, which we saw Patrick do, was that he used the slipstream on the back straight, kept up with him in the corners, used the slipstream more on the main straight, closed up as much as he could, and then used the rest of the slipstream from turn 1 to turn 2 to make the move at turn 2, which was definitely a very smart move. But then it again comes with its own risks that you have to make sure that you keep up with the car in the corners as well, because from the car it's very hard to see how close you are, or it's all in your mind. You have to make sure you judge it right, and sometimes you tend to back off a little bit just so that there's some gap, so you make sure there's no contact between the two. But then he made sure that he was close enough but not too close as well, and he got that move working. But other than that, we didn't see anything major come out. So like I said, it's again a very tight track and hard to overtake. Only three corners out of I believe 20 plus corners on this track.
Inside the racer's mind with Sohail Shah, ladies and gentlemen. There you just heard it from the man himself, because it was like he said, this track is tight, it's tricky to do, tricky to overtake it. And we saw last time out, even though these guys started the back grid, apart from Patrick and Angle who got up in front, Asposito got himself involved in some midfield battles yesterday and finished about fourth, which gave Ravi Kiran in the third place, because he went onto a brilliant pit strategy. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Ultimate Ease, Battle of the Beast. We're in Mount Panorama. This is race number 2. We're going to be starting on a reverse grid circuit. Last time out, Angel and Ostraza held Patrick the Machine Blajan off the line by a couple of tenths to take that super victory in round 1. There was some great racing all the way up and down the field. We saw out there Raghav get hustled a little bit in the beginning, but seems to have made a good comeback in the 6th place. So we're waiting to see what he can do. We're waiting to see what he can do in this race. And like we said, this is a championships, of course. Every single time they finish, they are going to be awarded points. We're scoring them with 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the top 8 will be awarded points each time out. It's going to be a rolling start. Tires and fuel will be 7 times depleting. Will be 7 times normal depletion, and it's going to be a 9-lap race. So expect the top runners that we had the last time out. Angel, Ashwasito, Patrick, Aditya, Raghav, all pitting this time around. So it's going to be super crucial when they do so, Sohail.
Yeah, definitely. Again, this is going to be a longer race than race 1. So, like we saw yesterday, most of the drivers did pit in race 2, or pretty much everybody had to pit in race 2. So, again, it'll be interesting to see how strategies come out. We did see some drivers pit early yesterday to come out and clean air, but that did not work out for them as they expected. And Patrick pitting at the last moment came out and clean air on lighter fuel and very new tires, which then gave him the advantage over some of the other drivers towards the end of the race. And managed to take the victory.
Up, and that's exactly what we saw from him yesterday. Because he was a cracker coming down the end, because he did not. It wasn't until the second last lap that he could manage to take the lead and then eke that little gap out. So it does take that long, and a track that is 6 kilometers long that we're on today, which is not easy to overtake. Do you think he's going to be up there as quick, or will take a little more time?
It'd be interesting to see as to what even happens actually, because with the reverse grid, again, you can't be too patient on this track, because there are very limited opportunities, and you have to take every opportunity that you get.
People like we haven't seen much of people like Dylan Zachariah. We haven't seen much of Pratik Benya, Lee Kesh, Kunal. No, they were all showing signs of brilliance during practice. But come off, they're going to start again now up at top. So I'm really excited to see what people like Dylan and people can bring, because I know they're quick, Sohail.
Yeah, 100%. We did miss out on loads of midfield battles that were potentially there while we were stuck up with the top 2. But I don't think we have much to see right now at the top right now, because we know what's going to happen. They're going to battle it out, and we want to see more of the midfield battle, because these guys are more hungry in terms of for the position, and they're going to give it their all at all times.
Yeah, because it's like Sohail said, these guys are hungry in the midfield, and people like Dylan Zachariah, Lee Case, and Kunal, they're going to be giving it their all starting in the front right now. Because, like we saw, the track is narrow, and as you're going uphill, it's very hard to overtake. As you're going to the S, it's very hard to overtake. So the only real places you can overtake is down the mountain straight, through Forest Elbow, or the Conrad Straight. And we're almost ready to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, we're at Ultimate Ease, Battle of the Beasts. We're in race 2 at Mount Panorama in New South Wales at Bathurst, a 6.2 kilometer circuit where we're racing up and down to the mountains. We're going to have a reverse grid. This is race number 2. We just finished race number 1, and a brilliant battle between Angelino Straza and Patrick the Machine Blasen from Hungary, Williams esports driver as well. So it's great to have these guests and guys on board, because we see people like Aditya Raghav, Aditya Bakshi, Pradip Prakash, all trying to catch them. And of course, these guys are quick, but they all know they all need to find about a second and a half to get anywhere close to these guys. And they've been entertaining us from the get-go, keeping us entertained, keeping us at the edge of our seats. Because the last time around, the battle between Angel and Patrick was absolutely superb, and Angle held him off all the way towards the end. Of course, I think Sohail thinks that Patrick could have gotten him, but Sohail, that Angle's defense, what crazy defense he pulled off.
Yeah, he did a solid job himself, and considering that the track is narrow, also does help him. I'm not taking sides here. It might sound like it, but honestly, I felt that Patrick did have more pace, and you can't deny that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely does have more pace, there's no doubt. But I think on this track, after that qualifying lap that I saw Angle put in, where he was 1 second quicker than Patrick, I think the cards have shifted in the favor, and the momentum right now is with Angle to continue this in the race too. But we do know how patient Patrick is at the back, and we've seen him time and time again through Monza, through Sardinia Road yesterday as well, coming to the back of the field. And by lap 1, he somehow or the other manages to put himself in the top 3, controls the space from there, and then hauls in the guys in front. But if Angle can give him any trouble this time around, I don't think Patrick's going to have it that easy like it was the last time on. Of course, if the championship right now is wide open, because coming into today, we had Patrick on top of 20 points, Ash Pashito with 11 points, Altya with 11 points, Angle with 8 points, Ravi Kiran with 8 points, Pratik with 8 points, Shamim with 6 points, and Pradyumna with 2 points. So with that said, I mean, it's going to be, we're in for an absolute treat, an absolute cracker. We're just waiting for the grid to be on. We're a couple of seconds away from going racing at 1:30 in the afternoon, a cloudy little day in Australia at Mount Panorama. I'm joined by Sohail. Sohail, but we've seen the first race, and this is the second one coming in here. These three guys on top. I'm always trying to figure out how they do it coming from the back, because we've seen the way they drive and we see how much the track they use, but it isn't everyone's cup of tea, is it?
Yeah, obviously, it's very important to have a mental game strong as well, because knowing that you're starting from the back, you might just even bring on extra pressure that you have to make sure that you are at least in the top three to get some decent points on board. And you have to be patient. And on a track like this, where you have less overtaking opportunities, it's even more important to be patient. But it is important to make your move stick at the same time. So when you get an opportunity, it's very important to make sure you get the move complete and ready and done before you lose out on an opportunity, because it's just gonna lose you more time, because I think you have to wait almost another lap before you can even think of another move. So it's just very important to make sure you stick your overtaking move and make sure it gets done on that one shot.
This time around, I hope our broadcaster does take us to a couple of the midfield battles. I'm sure we will, because we're going to have the top guys and the quick guys making their way up the entire pack. So it's going to be superb to watch through. It's going to be superb to watch them make their way through the pack, because this track, like Sohan was saying, not easy to overtake at all. And if you make one little mistake, you're going to hold. I mean, especially in the S's or going up the mountain, you're going to make one little mistake, you're going to hold the entire pack behind you. So the guys in front could get away. But that being said, we're now a couple of seconds again away from racing. We're just waiting for the grid to get set. I think as it stands, we're going to have Lee Keshav on pole, with Pratik in second place, Kunal Vinod in third, Aditya Bakshi in fourth, Pradyumna Prakash in fifth, Shamim 94 in sixth, Ravi Kiran in seventh, Ash Pashito in eighth, Williams Fuvaros, which is Patrick the Machine Blajan, Williams esports driver in ninth, and Angel Enosarazana from Chile, who was a winner last time out, starting in 10th place. So if it stands as is, this is going to be the grid. If the penalties, everything comes in order, this is going to be the grid that we have. We're just waiting for a couple of people to join. There we go. The final is going to begin in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and off we go, racing in no time at all. This is going to be a reverse sprint, but at Mount Panorama for UltimateE's Battle of the Beast. This is going to be a 9-lap race, so it's going to be longer, 2 laps longer than the previous race. Yeah, we're going to have, there we go, Lee Keshav now starting on pole. So he finished the last time out. He's going to be starting on pole this time out. Pratik in second place, Kunal Vinod in third, Fun Anywhere, Aditya Bakshi in fourth place, Pradyumna Prakash in fifth place. So we see what he can do from there. We know he's a very opportunistic man from fifth place, putting in the laps all night long. Shamim 94 in sixth place, Ravi Kiran in seventh place, and Ash Pashito in eighth place. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is a rolling start. We have Lee Keshav leading these guys around turn number 1. Coming into turn number 1, we have Lee Keshav guiding these guys around, and in 3, 2, 1, the green flag will drop and we go racing. We have Lee Keshav leading them away, Pratik Banya in second place, Kunal Vinod in third, Aditya Bakshi in fourth place, Pradyumna Prakash in fifth, Shamim 94 in sixth place, Ravi Kiran in seventh, Ash Pashito in eighth. He's going to make a couple of places. Who knows? We're coming down this long mountain straight, 1.1 kilometers long straight. This will be a cracker, because going into Griffin's Bend and Quarry Corner, there's some overtaking opportunities there, but Lee Keshav seems to have it covered right up in front of 3 tenths behind Pratik. 3 tenths behind Pratik, and Kunal Vinod in third place, Fun Anywhere in fourth place, Pradyumna Prakash in fifth place. Seems to be making a move on Kunal Vinod right now. Coming up there, I think Pradyumna Prakash made a move on Kunal Vinod in fourth place. Anywhere Aditya Bakshi being hustled by Pradyumna coming around, Frogs Ben Sulman Park in McFilly Park right now as they go blast past up the hill. This is a brilliant battle between Aditya Bakshi and Pratik at the moment for second place, which is giving leakage for 2.5 seconds ahead of these guys. And the fact don't seem to made to be places up on the first half of the lap, but leakage is now 2.5 seconds out in front with Pratik on Pratik Farani, Aditya Bakshi, Pratik Prakash, Shivam Rendy, all of them having great battles up and down the field. But I think a couple of guys been pushed wild then into the wall, which has made a couple of people lost. I think Pratik Prakash seems to have lost a couple of places there. And Ravikin has made up a few because he's in 6th place right now. There we go. Williams, Paros and Angel Corazza seem moved up into 8th and 9th place. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, as it settles down now, coming back down the long straight. 1.3 seconds right now between Lee Keshav and Pratik. Fun anyway, Aditya Bakshi in 3rd place. Pradima Prakash in 4th. There's a battle between Pradima Prakash right now and Aditya Bakshi. I think between the two of them, they seem to be swapping places constantly between 3rd and 4th right now. Shami, I think Pradima Prakash has taken 3rd place, coming in the last second of the race with Lauren, who's Angel and Estraza seems to have made a flyer. Williams and Williams Navarros in 5th and 6th at this point in time. What a great start, Sohail.
Yeah, I'm just impressed to see that this is what we've been missing out while we are looking at the top guys, because these guys, like we said before, they are hungry for position and they will do almost anything to get there. And we did see this one amazing battle between Pratik Benya and Pradyumna Prakash for second place, which did give Lee Keshav a 2.5 second lead, and now he's just back down to half
he's ready to win right now. There we go. He hit him right back in. As you're just saying that, coming up the hill, he's reined him into now less than about 7 tenths between the two of them. I think Lee Keshav made a little bit of a mistake. He's going to lose a lot of time now coming down the hill coming down. I think he's going to lose a huge amount of time going up the hill and coming down this hill, because it's so important to get a perfect entry and exit out of each one of these corners, because they all link up. But between 2nd, 3rd and 4th, there's a great battle between Pradyumna Prakash and Shamim 94. The 1st, 2nd, 3rd, the top 3 at the moment see some super quick laps, super quick times as well. Lee Keshav right now with the fastest lap, but he's been hounded. Whoa, he's made a big mistake that Lee Keshav. That's going to give Pratik the big traffic behind him. Pratik, Shamim, Pradyumna Prakash, and right now, there we go. Even, Angel and Estraza has moved up a couple of places as well. This is brilliant to watch. Pradyumna Prakash being dropped into 4th place. Angel and Estraza 3 wide into Forrest's elbow. This is madness going down the Conrad straight right now between Shamim, Kunal, Williams, Sumarov, Spartan, the machine flashes, all batting out from between 1st and 8th. There is nothing in it going into the 2nd lap. This is a 9-lap race. Settle down, they're going to pit in a bit. But right now, where Pradyumna Prakash in 4th place, we're on board with him at this point in time, following Shami 94, but 7 tenths behind him. And Williams Sumarov is back in the machine, and Asposito in 7th place. These guys have made a huge amount of time up, but Angel Estraza out of nowhere up in 3rd place, and now losing is going to take 2nd place very, very soon, because he is hustling Pratik right now. Lee Keshav is not able to hold these guys off at this point in time, so.
Yeah, in fact, Angel has just lost another place to Pradyumna Prakash, as you said that. And I think Pradyumna Prakash is looking for one more overtake, but I think the slipstream which Pratik has of Lee Keshav is going to just prevent him. But instead he goes for the move. There's been some contact. Lee Keshav's gone wide.
Very, very wide, which dropped him all the way down to 4th place, which now put Pratik in the lead. Pradyumna Prakash in 2nd place, Angel and Estraza in 3rd. Lee Keshav now in 4th place with Pratik the machine hustling, but I think Lee Keshav is going to hold him off for too long. But there we go, Pratik Benya now under huge pressure from Pradyumna Prakash, and Angel and Estraza with a beautiful battle for 2nd and 3rd. They're banging wheels. Angel and Estraza was putting the wall right there. Pradyumna Prakash seems to have gone wide as well. All of these guys are super battle with their elbows or defending against each other, which brings battle the machine now back into this battle. There we go. Angel's got a little too wide. He's got a lining for Prakash because coming. Angle, big slide. The big slide going down the S's through Dipper. Now they're coming down into Paul's elbow. This exit's going to be crucial, but Angel and Estraza seems to already have the inside right. He's going to keep it that way. So this is brilliant because he's now got the inside right for Pradyumna Prakash in 2nd place. But Pradyumna giving it all he has down that straight. This is going to be an absolute loss for late breakers coming in to chase corner. But this is superb. There we go. Pradyumna has conceded that place with Angel and Estraza right now in 2nd place. Pradyumna in 3rd. But Patrick the Machine's also caught up in this battle soil.
Yeah, but I mean, the Angle just got a really good exit coming out of Corus elbow and managed to keep it side by side. But I thought he might not be able to make the move before breaking actually because he didn't have any slipstream and that's what could have lost him some place. But I think he just made a mistake and he's made himself vulnerable to Patrick right now, who is on his inside and has I think made the move. If I'm right, yeah, Angles fall down from third to fifth all of a
Well, like
sudden.
you've just called it right now because as you went through that, Pratik had made a big mistake, dropped down in the fourth place, which is an angle now is taking first place. Prakash with his elbows out. Great to see battling between William Fumaros, Patrick Machine Blossom, but I think Patrick is going to get that second place or on the outside in the wall. Patrick has held that beautifully. But something from Prakash now. Patrick is now complete behind him with Asposito and Pratik both in fourth and fifth place. Asposito's made another place up. Pratik has lost another place in fifth place. But there we go. Williams and Fumaros is now hustling with Prakash. Going up the hill. I wonder if he's going to get him in one of these. Much slower than him on paper, but Patrick the Machine now in third place with his second and third, a great battle, and this is giving Angle and Esperanza a huge lead up in front of 2.2 seconds. So coming down the hill now, up the hill on the top of the crest, down the hill through the S's. Patrick now is right on his tail, and he's bringing Ash Machito. Well, bro, I think Pratik made a mistake going into the S's. Pratik has made that mistake, which gives Patrick the Machine second place, and Ash Machito now third place. My God, I have to catch my breath, so.
Yeah, we've seen Patrick have more pace compared to Angle in the first race, so I wonder if he's going to make up those 3 seconds. We have 6 laps, I believe, including this one, and they're just pretty much full race distance, like almost the full race distance of the first race. So he does have quite a lot of time on his hands. Plus, there are the pit stops left to be made, and there could be just strategies up and down the field that could just shuffle this order. So I would say this is still not over. I don't think it's going to be over.
I mean, like there we go. As you called it, the top two now, the 2 and 3 rather, I think it's Patrick the Machine and Ash Machito have dived in the pit lane. So there's going to be an early pit stop for them at this point in time. But all the other guys seem to have gone for an extra lap more. So Angle and Esperanza, this is going to be a monster lap he needs to put in right now because this is going to be his in lap.
Yeah, this ideally would be. It's going to be either this one or the next one, considering the amount of fuel that he has right now. He's got, I think, enough to make it to the to one more lap. And we did see Patrick go all the way to the end of his fuel load yesterday, and made the pit stop at the last moment, and that worked out for him. So I wonder if Angle is going to be trying the same. But unless
I think some of the guys behind actually might go in for a 2-stopper as well because it's going to be hard to carry unless you stay in the pits for a very, very long time and fill all the way up. They might just do a splash and dash, come on, do another 2-stopper. Who knows? Because it's a great battle right now between Shamim and Kunal for 5th and 6th at this point in time. Kunal's getting it really wide down there, getting super sliding, which is giving Shamim a big round of Shamim in the wall as well, but giving them a super run at each other right now between Kunal and Shamim. We wanted to see some of these battles up and down the field, and it looks like we're getting exactly our money's worth right now because Kunal and Shamim putting on a great show for us on it.
yeah, these two are just going side by, and they're going side by side down the hill, and I think
he got him. Shamim has got him. That was a super move coming down the hill into the first of the S's. That was a great move. Going in a dipper. Shamim looks like he's got the move done. What a move! Sorry, like you just called it.
yeah, I mean, it was just phenomenal to watch them go down side by side, and it's just amazing. And we have Pratik right now in P2, who is just 2.5 seconds ahead of Patrick right now. So it'll be interesting to see when he makes his pit stop. But as we say, Angle does pit on this lap, and we just be interested to see how far does Patrick come up behind him, and Pratik goes on for one more lap, and that's gonna again change things up in the standings for now. And by the looks of it, Patrick has come out ahead of Angle, at least for now, until they cross the pit exit. And they have crossed the pit, and Angle has just come out ahead of them.
Ahead, yeah, that's exactly like we had the last time out. But Angle right now, fresher tires, more fuel, a heavier car. Patrick with old tires, a little more warmed up, but less fuel in the tank. Coming down that long mountain straight, is Patrick going to line him up once again? Because we saw these two battling it out the last time with Angle and Esperanza and Patrick Machine Blossom, a Williams esports driver. It was a great battle for race number 1, and here they are again, showing us what they got race number number 2. And Patrick has been all over him the first race. He's trying to get all over him again. I think with Pratik right now in front in first race, he's holding the both of them up because he's there writing a position, ladies and gentlemen. While Pratik has to make a pit stop, this is holding him up, and I think he's losing. Angel Tarasa is losing a lot of time there, Pratik, but he's lining him up right now, coming down the S's. He's going to get him down the S's. It's very hard to get him because he's making a big mistake, compromises exit through Forest Hill, which will give Pratik there, which will give back to the machine. Which will give back to the machine the run on the slipstream. Whoa, I think he's gone wide right now. It's going to give Angel Estrada on the inside line, and then it's going to convert. That is the outside will convert to the inside line. He's gone super wide. I think Patrick the machine is now taking that spot away from him. So that was exactly what we were talking about. If he tries to overtake him through the S, he's going to make that mistake. He's made that mistake, but then he's managed to stay in front for 2 tenths ahead of him. And Pratik was great defending where it last, but great mistake coming down the hill. But Patrick the machine now lining up Angel Estrada wants this win. He did not get the last time around. This is coming in a turn. This is coming in the chase corners. Angel Estrada is defending for his life with his elbows at this point in time. It was great watching that on board with the two of them. Now we're on board right now. Patrick the Machine Blanchard, Williams esports driver, now 3 tenths behind Angel Estrada. So this is such exciting racing. This is exactly what we saw the last time around with 2 laps to go now.
Yeah, last time I thought that Patrick might be able to make it, so but the penalty is the one that was held him back. But this time with just 3 laps to go, including this one, it's just going to be interesting to see if I was right on my theory.
Well, because the theory might have worked, but Angel Estrada, I am so impressed the way he locked his game this time around, because now half a second, 4 tenths between the two of them, nothing in it, and managing to hold off one of the quickest guys in GD Sport world. So he's now got Patrick the Machine Blanchard behind him with Ash Pashito in 3rd place. Pratik Penya seems to have lost out 3 places because he was battling super hard with these guys out in front, made a mistake in the S's, got himself down in the 4th place. Pratibha Bakash in 5th place, Shamim in 6th place, Ravi Karan in 7th, and Kunal Vinod in 8th. As they stand the top 8, as they stand, ladies and gentlemen, right now Angel Estrada does have the fastest lap on to the 1:49.8, and that's almost qualifying pace, Sohail.
Yeah, that's really quick in the race, and of course they are on lighter fuel along with new tires, so that could explain as to why that he's able to do such lap times. But now he's on fresher tires and compared to Patrick actually, and he is now starting to pull away compared to what Patrick was doing the last time around.
Oh, these 2 races today have been one of the best races I have seen till date in this UltimateE program. It's great to have these world-class talent driving with us. And of course, people like Pratik, Pratibha Bakash, Shamim, giving them a run for their money. Adya Raghav in the last race gave them a run for their money. But these 2 guys, there is nothing in it with 8 tenths between the 2. It finished as close as it did the last time out. But it seems like Patrick the Machine is now well off a little bit. He's dropping back a little bit. He's losing about 2 tenths lap on him. He's just trying to save his fuel. Coming into the last 2 laps of this race at this point in time, so well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna get closer and closer, I feel, because the amount of slipstream that is there. I was just looking at the times while they were coming on the back straight towards the last corner, and I could see that Patrick was gaining on Angel quite a bit in that slipstream, even though he was almost a second apart. So it just shows how strong the slipstream is and how much it could help you through the lap.
We're just watching these guys come around those corners through the S's. We see how much more road that Angel is using compared to Patrick. He's almost kissing the wall every single corner. You can see sparks flying off his rear wing, and Patrick's keeping it a lot cleaner. So Angel is pushing super hard, because he's now almost pulled off a second between him and Patrick the Machine Blanchard. And Patrick, mind you, is super quick on this track. But Angel Estrada has put on a super showing for us today in race 1 and race 2 as well. It looks like he's holding this. Oh, I think he's made a little bit of mistake coming in that dip. He has it, because I think behind him, Patrick the Machine seems to have dropped off the pace a bit more now. 1.5 seconds behind him. Ash Pashito now in 3rd place. Pratik in 4th place. Pratibha Bakash in 5th place. Shamim in 6th place. Ravi Karan in 7th. The race. So as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 lap to go apart from this lap. As we come down for the penalty bit time, as we come down the Conrad straight into the chase corner, and then into Maini corner as well. But this, it's settling down a little bit. He's got 1.5 seconds. He's going to keep him at bay through this last lap.
Yeah, definitely. He's got 1.5 seconds. There's no way Patrick has a chance right now unless Angle makes a very big mistake at the front, and the gap is just increasing. And he's just put a 1 minute 48.9, and that's the only other time a driver has put in a 1 minute 48, and it's very impressive to see that lap time during the race.
We saw how hard he's pushing. We know his rear wing, his rear tire, his rear bumper scraping the wall every single time he exits a corner, and we've seen it's paid dividends right now with 1 seconds now on the final lap, riding on board with Angle in Strasa, followed very closely by Patrick the Machine Dawson. These have given us so much to talk about, so much to watch, and so much excitement over the last 1 hour. Racing at Mount Panorama and Bathurst, followed by them is Pratik Benya. He held the lead for a while, but just did not have enough pace. Made a mistake on the SS, drop him down to the fourth place, but since then has held out people like Pratibha Prakash, Shamim, and Ravi Kiran, who finished well ahead of the order yesterday. Ravi Kiran finishing up the podium, but now down in seventh place. So I don't think his pit stop strategy has worked today. Kunal Vinod in eighth place, but I'm trying to figure out where are people like Dylan Zakaria, Aditya Pattayak, and Lee Keshav, because these guys started way up ahead of the field, but seems to be dropped back at this point as well.
Yeah, I mean they've had a terrible race this time around, and I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back better next time. I mean, you do have, I think, the next race is on Wednesday, which means that they have a Monday and a Tuesday, and the rest of the night if they're willing to do that to practice practice for the next round. And I'm pretty sure they will come back stronger, and they will make us proud next time as well.
I can't wait because there we go, coming around now in the last sector for the final time. Angel in Estrada, 2.5 seconds. He's still another second faster than that lap. 2.5 seconds clear of Patrick the Machine Dodgen. Angel in Estrada from Chile is going to cross the line very shortly to take the win. Who's taking the win now in the second race at Mount Panorama and Bathurst. Williams esports driver Patrick the Machine Dodgen comes across the line in second place. A brilliant battle of both these races between Angel and Patrick the Machine. Ashushito Kahal in third place from Argentina. Pratibha Prakash seems to have made a place up. A couple of places up actually coming in the last lap. So I wonder if Pratik and Shamim have run a few on that last lap. He's come up now, fourth place. The best races they called him, coming across the line in fourth place. And there we go, Shamim 94 now. Yeah, I think they've all run out of fuel behind him. And it's Pratik going to lose another position. He has lost another position, run out of fuel. Ravi Kiran takes 6th place. Pratik now finishing 7th. Kunal Vinod saw him starting up ahead in the field, now finishing in 8th place. Lee Keshav started on pole, and coming back in the third on pole. Huge, of course, a huge pile up in the front in the beginning, and now finishing up in 9th place. And that fastest lap by Angel in Estrada, a 1:48.9. I mean, that is some crazy pace that we've seen all weekend. But there we go. Thank you, Angle and Patrick. You've kept us super entertained over the last 2 races. Some of the best e-racing I've watched yet. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. As it stands, we've got Angel and Ostraza, who wins today's UltimateE's Battle of the Beast. It's number 2, and he's won both races today. He's taken the fight to Patrick the Machine Bludgeon. He's probably blown the championship wide open again. And we can't wait to go racing on Wednesday. I've got Sohail with me, and we had 2 superb races today. Thank you, Sohail, for joining us. It was such a cracker. I still didn't go catch my breath for a while. But that being said, we now go racing on Wednesday, so do join us on Wednesday. It's a surprise track for us. We have the same cast of characters on the UltimateE YouTube and Twitch streams. This is UltimateE Battle of the Beast. And from Anjan Rashford, Sohail, and the rest of the UltimateE crew, we are going to sign off this evening and say good night and thank you very much for joining us.